Hi class, my name is Shamia Gray and I'm doing my presentation on G's golden langur and my project is called A Golden Endangerment. Hope you guys enjoy. The golden langur is part of the Old World monkey family and can be found in western Assam, India and in the foothills of the Black Mountains of Bhutan. The golden langur actually has quite an interesting history of its discovery. It was actually spotted in the late 1830s by a man named Pemberton, and he had written in a journal that wasn't discovered until the late 1970s. But it was in the early 1900s that observers, rangers, hunters, and forest rangers began seeing a new species in the central Bhutan area. It was described as a cream-colored langur. It wasn't until 1953 that a naturalist and a tea planter by the name of EPG and his team went on an expedition to try and identify this new species. He was able to spot some of the langurs in their natural habitat, and after this expedition, EPG gave his findings to the Zoological Society of London. And this is how the golden langur was officially discovered and named after EPG. This species is considered sacred by many of the Himalayan people. The adult langur's coats are typically cream to a golden color. Their chest hairs are darker than the rest of their bodies and is a rust color. The female langurs are lighter than the males and are silvery white to a light cream. The juveniles are completely white. These langurs have a black, hairless face except the males who have a pale beard. The males are larger than the females as well as their tails are longer in length. They have very long tails that can measure 50 centimeters or 19.69 inches. They have slim fingers and long limbs. It has also been observed that their coats change with the winter and summer seasons. In the winter seasons, they typically have a lighter cream color, and in the summer seasons, they're more golden in color. The langurs in the south are more uniform in color than those in the northern regions. The golden langur's natural habitat is a moist evergreen and tropical forest, as well as the savannas. They can be found in wildlife reserves in India and Bhutan. These langurs like to live in the canopies of high trees and they rarely come to the ground. They are arboreal creatures and use their long tails to help balance when they leap across the trees. They can also move quadrupedally when they are trying to go longer distances and balance on larger tree branches. The golden langurs are diurnal creatures and prefer to look for food in the early mornings and afternoon. They generally live in groups of 8, but sometimes can live up to a group of 50 with several females to the male ratio. Sometimes the female langurs can be 2.3 times more for every male langur in their group. Some more interesting facts about the G's golden langurs are that their diets are herbivorous, frugivorous, and folivorous, meaning they like to eat ripe or unripe fruits, seeds, buds, flowers, and their favorite thing to eat are young leaves. The males are sexually dysmorphic, and the reproduction are The females can have children year-round. They have a general gestation birth of about 6 months, and the young are cared for by the mother or the other women in their group. The golden langurs are very vocal communicators. They make a loud whooping noise to communicate between the males. They also have visual cues as well. The social grooming is very important to their group activities because it helps to strengthen the bond between the langurs that are in that specific group. You may be asking yourself, so why is the golden langur becoming an endangered species? In 1976, the golden langurs were enlisted on the IUCN Red List as an endangered species. And over the past 30 years, the population has declined over 30%. In 2003, they were listed as critically endangered. This species is becoming endangered due to habitat loss because of deforestation. Their habitat has been used for firewood, charcoal reproduction, and rubber plantations. They have a high juvenile mortality rate because there is not much food left in their habitat, and the adults have also been electrocuted and hit by cars, leaving the forests or savannas in search of food. These golden langurs have been used and sold as exotic pets, and the number of langurs continues to decrease each year. Currently, there are only 4,000 left in Bhutan and 1,500 in India. What conservation efforts have been made to help protect the life of G's golden langurs? Conservation began in 1998, where committees were set up to get the community involved in the conservation effort. They have tried to help replant and rebuild the forest. They've planted fruit and nut trees so that it would decrease the death of the langurs hit by cars. The Golden Langur Conservation Project has had some success in mitigating illegal logging, and in 1972, the golden langurs were named in the Indiana Wildlife Protection Act. Most of the land in Bhutan has been set up as a wildlife preservation and national parks to help protect them. Royal Manas National Park and Trum Singla Wildlife Sanctuary are just a few of the places in Bhutan. In India, there are 2 wildlife sanctuaries set up as well to help protect the langurs. One thing is for sure is that while some effort has been made to help conserve the lives of G. golden langurs, there's much more help needed.